Hey, it's me. Uh, so I've been wanting to do a video on our friend, our detective over here. He hasn't uploaded a video in months. I know it's fucking it's sad. We don't get to hear his insightful information on Steven Universe. It's tragic, I know, um, but again, for some reason, him, Anita, Lacey Green, they haven't uploaded any videos at all since Trump won. It's getting kind of I'm getting kind of scared for them. I'm starting to worry. The only thing that I've noticed with Anita with Feminist Frequency is that they've been asking for more money. So there's that. Um, but let's look at this. Let's look at this. Our dear friend, our detective. And there's new developments in this too. But I want to go over this because this is the most thing that drew my eye. So if you don't like me reading, I'm sorry. We're not going to be doing any videos in this video, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I apologize, but let's do this. Jonathan tweets, the quote from the Last of Us 2 trailer, kind of excited, kind of disappointed that it's Joel and Ellie, but that's a whole other video, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them. Um, so that's a whatever quote. It's like, oh, okay. So then that triggered our detective over here. Oh, the genocidal proclamation of every video game protagonist ever. Okay. I mean, but we don't know the context though. I mean, she could be talking about the locust, the not the locust, the locust, the cordyceps, the clickers, those things. She could be talking about them because maybe those clickers took something very close to her at that point in time, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill every last clicker or whatever." Maybe that's what she means. Obviously, someone might say, "Oh, well, it could be about some person." Could be some dictator dude. So I don't get like in a world where humanity goes insane. I don't fucking you know what, John, you're a fucking idiot to begin with because like the genocidal proclamation of every video game protagonist ever. Yeah, because I remember when Mario said that too, right? Oh, I'm not gonna do it with Mario accent. And then there was that time that Link said it. Then and Snake is the biggest offender of this. He said, and I quote, "I'm gonna kill them all, Miller," because he's a fucking sick fuck, right? Maybe in Metal Gear 2, Big Boss said some shit, but like he was the bad guy in that game. We weren't supposed to root for him. So there you go. So then he goes on, video games are trapped by their own mechanics, and they will remain trapped until killing stuff is no longer the core gameplay element. And you'll see a common trend. We'll get to it, but video games are trapped in their own mechanics. Killing things is a mechanic now. I just think it's a way to make the game more like engaging. To be honest, I mean, if you don't want to kill things, then go play Life is Strange or some other lame shit. Then he goes on to say, gaming as a medium will be forever regulated. Oh my god, relegated to the cultural toy aisle unless the industry moves beyond killing stuff as its core focus. This right here, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, well, video games are such a respected medium." Video games can be art. Sure, it can be art. It's a whole new platform, it's a whole new medium and all that. But video games at its core will always be a toy. In a very derogatory term, sure, or a very simplistic term, is to say it's a toy because you play a video game. That's why it's called play. When you go watch a movie, do you say, "I'm gonna go play a movie"? I mean, you might say that, but it's really like mostly you're gonna say, "I'm gonna go watch a movie," um, or "I'm gonna go read a book." You're not gonna say, "I'm gonna go play a book," because those things are also leisurely and relaxing. But a video game is actively playing. Some games do play on that fine line of art and toy, but like and game and all that kind of stuff. But video games will always be games. You can't treat a video game like a movie. Like that's the thing. I can understand. I can understand people saying like I'm burnt out on Call of Duty or whatever. but like they get burned out on certain genres of games. You can't treat video games like movies because when you look at a movie, let's look at a movie, okay? You're sitting in a theater and you're watching stuff. Like 2001 Space Odyssey, for example, isn't a great movie because, it's a great movie because it has a very abstract nature to it. You can have many interpretations each time you see it. Each time you see that movie, you almost get a different reaction to it. And it's great. I love that movie. It's one of my personal favorites. Um, but like yeah, there's also violent movies. But personally, I'm burnt out on comic book movies. But that doesn't mean well, movies are not going to be respected anymore if they keep pumping out Iron Man or something. But it's like they will always they will always be there. But there will always be movies like The Arrival and other movies that are not action oriented. So it's fine. I can sit there and say that it's getting too saturated with comics, but with video games, it doesn't have that issue because a video game is meant to be more relaxing. So if you don't have a game that has something engaging or anything, no one's gonna care about it. Like look at Telltale. When they started, everyone loved Telltale because it was like, oh yeah, The Walking Dead. Oh man, it's so good. It's like you're really there and all this stuff. And now people are just annoyed with it. They're just like, we don't want this anymore because it's not as I think it has nothing to do with PC or anything like that, but it's just that like Telltale was fine, but now we're just getting tired of it. We're getting tired of these games that are just telling stories that are just kind of a choose your own adventure. Like we don't really need more of those, and I just think this idea is just kind of flawed because you're applying logic for another medium into another. You can't really force. It's like it's just dumb. I mean, you know what I mean. I think because like you can't really treat gaming as a true medium that will have to push cultural norms because that's not what they were intended to begin with. Like this is the thing. This is the slippery line with art games and its games. Art games are just there. They're there for their own reasons and they just exist. They can coexist, but to act as if this is where gaming needs to be and this and that is fucking stupid because that's not what games are intended. Like that's why you don't. That's why I'm not already. I'm telling you, this is the issue with this: is that he's pushing his own agenda and he's trying to make video games into something that they're not intended to be. And that's not saying that we're not supposed to have artistic games or anything. But the answer isn't less of one thing to get more of the other. Both these things can coexist. It's just that like people like Journey. Journey is a great game, but obviously it's not gonna be like, oh, Call of Duty. Nah, I'm gonna buy Journey. Like, but okay, let's continue because this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. So he retweets himself, and he does a lot, by the way. It's fucking insane. Um, he retweets his Patreon plug sometimes, like the Patreon link that's pinned to the top of his page. He retweets that. Just saying. Um, so he retweets, by my calculations, 89% of all games shown on stage at E3 2016 feature violent combat, leaving only 11% for sports, racing, and everything else. Because no one gives a shit about racing, sports, and whatever else is there. They're there because they like seeing franchises that they like seeing. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then here he says, gaming folks really wants to... gaming folks... Why not just say gamers, but okay. Gaming folks really want to believe that the industry is changing, but 89% of the games at E3 2016 were combat focused. Games are changing, and some of it is for the better, and a lot of it's for the worse. I don't really care about there being more like story-driven games or stuff like that. That's not really an issue, in my opinion. But I think the issue with these changes is that they're making games easy. They're way too easy now. Like, and I in another video I talked about Let It Die a little bit, and I gushed over that. That game is really good because it's just a game where you can just mindlessly kill things, and you're just chilling. You're just sitting back there. It's like, okay, well, I have to go up through this tower. You explore this tower, go as far as you can, and all this stuff. It's a really good game. It's a free to play game. The microtransactions are there, but they're not in the way. Like you don't really actively sit there and like, oh, I need to pay money for this. Like you don't really feel that, and I appreciate that a lot. It rewards a lot of skill as well. Like you can earn lives in the game, but it's harder, so it rewards skill a lot, and I like that. I like that a lot. Let It Die is a really good game. I do recommend it if you have a PS4 and if you like Suda 51 and if you like Dark Souls. It might not be a pure Dark Souls game, but it's good. Trust me. Um, so Darth Revan says SJW cuck. Okay, I mean I kind of don't like the word cuck anymore. It's kind of overused, but okay. Uh, cool. Then he draws attention to him. Without fail, this is what my mentions look like every time I suggest that gaming should move beyond violent mechanics. But like the way that he's talking about it, it's that he wants less of violence and more of other shit. Like, and this is the other thing I don't like about John McIntosh's tweets here is that he's not offering an alternative. He's just saying that we need to move forward, and it's like, where are we going to move forward to? Which is like, what if combat is the way to move forward? It's a very vague term. I mean, I guess he wants it to be like the movies. I guess he wants it to have like thought pieces and stuff that questions culture and all this kind of stuff. But if you're gonna have that, you also have to add violence because humanity is violent. Uh, at our core, we're animals. I mean, that's why we have war. That's why we have terrorism. We have violence in our lives. So to ignore violence completely is a fairy tale. Um, so okay, whatever. Then Jonathan says, it's worth asking why violent video games are so important to so many young men that oh man, I'm getting fucking cold. Young men, so important to so many young men that they aggressively lash out at anyone other offering critique. This made me laugh. When I read this, I was cracking up. Because first off, he's making the assumption that it's only young men that are going up at arms about this. I'm sure if I pose this question towards women, that are also gamers, they're gonna like give me the same feedback as this fucking idiot is getting. Um, no, the reason why they're lashing out at you, John, is because you're acting as if we can't have violent video games. Like that's the tone you have. It may not be your intention, but that's the tone you're giving, and you're having this very condescending tone about it. Like video games are always gonna be toys. Like how am I supposed to take that? That sounds very condescending. That you're saying that video games will always be toys unless we move past violence. Like, are you fucking for real with this? There are violent movies. Does that mean movies are being held down because of comic book movies? I mean, I think the only thing that comic book movies is hindering is true creative movies, but that's always been an issue with movies. I mean that this whole like thing with we want let's actually want like more original movies. It was always a battle because movie studios want to make a movie that's gonna um, give them money, but whatever. So then he goes on to say, it's not a coincidence that when young men lash out in defense of violent video games, it's often couched in the language of domination. What? So if I say I like violent video games because they're fun, oh, that's what he means by domination because it's for fun. I have the power. I have the power to kill things. Okay. But like there's always a challenge in games which makes it fun. Like, if you play a game that's like rollover easy, it's good. Like I played Kirby's Epic Yarn way back when it was like hot shit and it was awful. I hated that game because it was too easy. And then I play like Dead Rising. I play like all these other games like Metal Gear, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, uh, Let It Die. All these other games that are challenging. It's fun because you get to like either you get to push back and sometimes it's one on a huge group. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. John, you should really try playing video games. They're a lot of fun. So then he goes on to say, the harassment gamers are famous for is absolutely connected to the violent power fantasies they've been fed by the industry for 40 years. Jonathan is trapped in the past, guys. He still thinks this in this old ass argument that's been disproven multiple times that video games cause violence. Like, are you fucking kidding? The harassment gamers are famous for is absolutely connected to the violent power fantasies. Like, what? Okay. It's simply not possible to address the gaming community's massive harassment problem without also addressing its power fantasy problem. What? A power fantasy problem. So Jonathan, when you play like Life is Strange and whatever other video games you like playing, you have no power when you play a game? You're not forcing a character to move in another direction that character might not want to go. So, because honestly, you look at that like that. Gamers have ultimate power regardless of the game because they get to choose where they go. If it's a Telltale game, Life is Strange or whatever, they get to choose the outcome. They get to choose the thing. So really, Jonathan wants a movie. That's what he's saying here. He wants a movie. He doesn't want a video game. He wants a fucking movie. Okay, last thing of this, and maybe he replied to other people here, but let's look at this. Men obsessed with games about aggressive domination, turn. Oh my god, I'm like already laughing at this. Mm. Sorry, phlegm got to me. Okay, sorry. Men obsessed with games about aggressive domination turn online harassment into an aggressive game of domination. Might be a connection. Oh my god, Jonathan, you're amazing at being an idiot. And I commented saying, Jesus, dude, fucking chill. It's just a video game. Because, dude, like, look, he's talking about like how aggressive uh behavior is connected to fucking video games. Like, so like if you troll on the internet is because you play violent video games? Are you fucking for real, John? Oh, this Jonathan, you're a fucking idiot. You are an idiot, John. Stick. I don't know what you did before this. What did you do before Feminist Frequency? I don't know, and I'm afraid to find out. What did you say before this? I'm very curious to see. Uh, oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. There's more. Oh shit. Oh my god. More nonsense. Oh my god. Here we go. Directly on The Last of Us Part 2. The first game was about love. This story is about hate. I'm sold on that theme. You play Ellie. That's cool. I kind of like that actually. I personally for Last of Us 2, I would have liked it more if it was new characters completely. Because I felt that the Ellie and Joel story kind of wrapped. But I mean, I'll still buy Last of Us 2. I'm still interested in it. This isn't enough to like be a deal breaker. It's just a slight disappointment I have with it. But I guess to me, it's like, since it's part two, maybe like when they do a third game, it's gonna be completely different characters, maybe. But we'll see. But then Jonathan says, "I can't wait. I can't wait to read this." Uh, Me watching the Last of Us 2 trailer. Okay, this could be interesting. Ugh, damn it. Not another violent revenge story. Can we stop, please? What? So let me get this straight. So what was he expecting in The Last of Us 2 though? Because the game is naturally violent. Joel did some violent shit to people in the fucking first game. Um I mean, the only thing I do kind of agree with is that our revenge story is kind of bland at this point. Like it's already been done multiple times, but I mean, I mean, I think for the whole narrative, like as a series, it might be interesting, but it's a typical plot, to be honest. But I'm interested in seeing where it goes. So then Jonathan says, game developers seem to have taken the wrong lesson from gender criticism. Women can be vengeful killers too. Wasn't really the point. Wasn't really the. But the whole. Oh my god! That was like a mini trigger right there. That got to me, dude. That is fucking insane. I can't I can't fucking believe. Dude, this guy is like is fucking with me, dude. Like women can be, but wasn't the main issue that feminists had with women in video games was that they were always seen as weak um tools or whatever, and now we have a female lead that everyone loved in the first game who fucking stabbed people. I know, crazy, right? Uh, a adult is not sexualized at all, and she has a human emotion because believe it or not, hate and vengeance is human, and that's not the point. Or Jonathan, I can see why Anita fucking kicked you out of feminist frequency. I can see this now because you probably but but she made these points when he was working with her. So like, what the fuck? What was what? Oh, Jonathan, you're a fucking idiot. I don't even know. I oh, this is not encouraging. All right, oh my god, dude. Oh, man. Giving us a medium. Okay, we got here. The big challenge. Oh my god. Oh, there's more. Oh my god. I wasn't even planning on doing this, and Jonathan just keeps. I just wanted to see what he said before this, and he's going. He's more on a meltdown, dude. I. So Chris Franklin, like, who seems like an okay, whatever. The big challenge I would give to The Last of Us Part Two is to focus on strengths, character, narrative, environment, and minimize combat. Play The Walking Dead. Play that game. That's the game for you fucking idiots. Please just play that game and leave gaming alone. That is the dumbest thing. It focuses on strengths, character, narrative, environment, but you're in a post-apocalyptic fucking setting, so you wouldn't be fighting. I'm sorry, I'm getting like louder and louder, but the fucking stupidity of that alone. Chris Franklin might be the next fucking bitch boy I'm gonna be going after now because this is fucking retarded. This is the dumbest thing. This is the dumbest thing I've sat there and I just endured a fucking DSP video and I go straight to this. Ugh. So then Jonathan says he's absolutely right. Sadly, I doubt the AAA game industry will ever take the risk of deviating from the formula. Yeah. I have high hopes. They should know they should not screw this up. It is well known for its great story and gameplay 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 and gameplay. Dude, did this guy just like fucking forget about the great crafting system that the game had, the great survival gameplay it had, how you could either decide to shank a clicker or use the shank on something else, or doing all this stuff, the sense that of luring danger, and the combat that you can use to complement that. Do you not see how that was also a big thing in the game? How it helped. This guy did not play the game. I'm gonna say that right now. He probably played like the beginning of it. I was like, "Oh, what a great story!" Then he watched the cutscenes on YouTube. Probably. I refuse to believe that is what he got out of that fucking game. Get the fuck out of here. I don't. The trailer explicitly tells us it's just going to be another kill fest, but you can also have a kill fest in a fucking. Oh my god. Jonathan, I'm not. Oh my god, dude. First game had good balance between fighting and exploring. Hope they don't make it even more violent. It's gonna be the same fucking game. Really? Oh, it's gonna have kill streaks. It's gonna be a first person shooter. It's gonna be. No, it's not gonna be fucking Uncharted 4 with zombies. Get the fuck out of here. I disagree. It was a tedious kill. Are you? He didn't play the game. He didn't play the game with interesting cutscenes. He watched the fucking cutscenes on YouTube. Get the fuck out of here, John. You're not fucking. You're not. He's not even a gamer. I don't know why he's playing fucking games. Cutscenes were alright, but I better enjoyed exploring a world laid waste. Oh my god, dude. You're in a fucking apocalyptic thing with fucking zombies. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Progressive males are not men. They move and gesticulate like women. They hand over mouth gesture is one example. Physically repulsive. What? Imagine masculinity is so fragile that you can't. That is kind of dumb, tbh, because you're always gonna touch your fucking face. Whatever. Passengers, Moana, Rogue One, anything else you're looking forward to? Unfortunately, I cannot afford to fly to my mom's in Florida for the holidays, so I might do another triple feature at the movies on Christmas. I can't afford to go to see my mom, but I'm gonna see 3 movies in December instead of saving that money to go to my mom's at a later date. What a great son, John. What a great son you are. Okay, alright, now we're going to political stuff. You don't need to go over that. So let's finally, after going through that fucking cancerous tweets, uh, he's gonna play Final Fantasy 15. And you know what's sad? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch these 2 hours of cancer. I'm gonna watch those 2 hours and maybe endure it. So, apologies up for capitalism is just okay. Uh, let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So, in many scenarios without conflict, there are also no growth for the protagonist, and it's exclusive. What? What is this? Okay. In many scenarios without conflict, there's also no growth for the protagonist, and it's not exclusive to games either. But like, you can't have development with combat scenarios. What? Oh no no, he's saying that. Oh yeah, it's saying without conflict. I agree. See, this person knows what's up. Conflict is important. You need to have conflict in a story. That's what makes stories fucking great. Look at the Greek mythology. Look at Greek fucking tragedies. There's conflicts in there. You fucking stupid. Conflict doesn't have to be violent. But it always tends to lead to violence. But okay, I mean, it's not like you're playing a game and fucking with zombies in it. But okay. B, conflict resolution doesn't have to be shooting 800 dudes in the face. Okay, in a world where you're with madmen trying to survive, yeah, I mean, obviously you get a peaceful solution with people who are fucking insane. In Jonathan's little mind, that's fucking possible. Okay, I agree. In a few minutes, I'm going to be live streaming and talking about masculinity tropes in Final Fantasy 15. I can't wait. I can't wait because you all know what happened to Final Fantasy 15 and the fucking controversy. Man, I can't fucking wait. Um, Thanks to everyone who stopped by. Okay. Sorry about the chat. Wasn't able to follow much, but noticed our reactionary gamer friends showed up. It'll take some time to ban them. To ban them all. Yeah, ban them all, Jonathan. Ban them all, because that's what you fucking do, right? Really? Really with this shit? Dude, this guy's a fucking cuck. Oh, and I used the word I hate, right? This guy's a fucking idiot. Let's go to his business Twitter. Um, let's see. Does he say anything else? No, but it just. Oh, but this got subs, guys. Got subs. Uh, whatever. Okay. Oh, let's look at this. Let's look at this poll right here. This hot poll. Should I do a series of live stream commentaries on masculinity tropes in Final Fantasy 15? Yeah, interesting. 46%. 46%? Hopefully it's 40% trolls that want to see this. 19% nah, not worth it. 8% what is Final Fantasy? Okay. Why do that to yourself? What? Why play video games to yourself? Why? Why have fun? Uh, normalize means to make conform to a standard, but it's increasingly used to describe a shift in standards. Okay, whatever. All right, that's it for this video. This is fucking insane. Wait, hold on. If men are serious about ending male violence against women, we must we must together go beyond unaccountable symbolism and dismantle its root cause. Oh, okay, whatever. I think that's it. I think that's the end. It's getting kind of scary looking at this, and I think I went long enough. Um, thanks for watching this John McIntosh detective video. He fucking broke me, dude. Dude. I'm not even like faking this. When I'm reading this, it was just hard. It was hard to fucking comprehend. People think this. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane that this guy has people following him. Like, are you fucking for real? This is insane. This is fucking insane, guys. He has a fucking Patreon. He makes less than Phil. He makes less than Phil, by the way. So there you go. See, $202. That's how much he makes. He makes less than Phil. He hasn't even made it to the second goal he has. Look at this. Look at this. This fucking guy. This is the worst fucking person to ever talk about anything. Oh, this guy is an idiot. I really. I'm getting salty over this because I've really have not seen someone dumber than Anita and dumber than DSP, and this guy fucking takes the cake. He's so condescending. He's just a condescending idiot, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing at all that I agree with him. There's nothing sympathetic. There's nothing that's like, oh yeah, I see where he's coming from. Like it's just there's none of that. Like I criticize Anita. I criticize feminist frequency, but half the time I give her credit. Half the time when she brings up a good point, it's like yeah, I can see where she's coming from. Like even her tropes in video games, I can see where she's coming from with that because there's an argument there. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. It's a okay. I had no issues with her doing these video series. I just had an issue with how she handled it, how she talked about all that kind of stuff. But I gave her credit when she deserved it. I gave this guy zero credit about half the things he said, and it's fucking astounding. I've never seen anyone where I gave no credit to because this person says a lot of nonsense. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and man, I'm kind of scared to endure his fucking Final Fantasy 15 video, to be honest, but I'm gonna do it. But until then, see you next time.